Well, good morning, friends. I thought I would take a minute this morning and share some of the acrylic paintings that I've been doing recently. And I'm learning new things, new techniques, new blendings, new tools. And some of these are, these are all very, very, very beginner, very, very beginner. But they've been fun, and I'm going to continue doing little ones. I like the size. It's like 8 by 8 or maybe 10 by 10. And they're kind of just perfect gifts. But yeah, so the bottom right one, the waterfall, it still has a couple layers to do and some highlights, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. And I was just thinking, like, it's so funny because, like, when I sit down and paint, I don't just sit down and paint, but I usually use it as a time of meditation, a time of prayer, a time of worship. And so each one of these, like, when I look at them, they actually speak to me in ways, and that scriptures come to me. So, like, if you're looking at the little boat at the top, there's two things. One, be still and know I'm God, because it talks about in Psalms where they went out, and these are like fishermen, but the waves were so boisterous, they were at wits' end, and they cried out to God, and God brought them to their desired haven. So there's a place of rest in God that He wants us to be settled in, even when the storms in life try and come. We know that we can call upon the Lord. We can be still and know, and He will direct us from that place back to a place of peace, back to a place of security and confidence and surety. So, like when I do, and paint wise, this is one of the first times like I was doing reflections, which I thought was kind of fun. So you can see the boat's reflection on the water. So that's that one. And then this one. And this one just reminds me that He's placed this treasure in earthen vessels, because that's a very earthen vessel. It's just a little jar, like a recycled jar that someone's put flowers in. And that the Lord, He's recycling. He could have destroyed the vessels and started all over, but He's chose to recycle. And He's placed His treasure in these very earthen vessels so that it would be evident that the power was of God and not of us. And so He is the creator of all things, and all things were created by Him and for Him. This is the one I was telling you. I had fun doing the bubbles, and you can see why. Isn't that fun? Yeah, and then this one over here is a lady in Paris, and it's a rainy day. And we all have rainy days. Days when we get caught in the rain. Days where we wonder if the rain's ever going to stop. Days that we forget that rain is a blessing. That actually in the scriptures, when David was even dedicating the temple, he was sharing about, Lord, if the heavens shut up their rains, that would be a sign of the absence of God's blessing, because God's blessing gives water to the earth to nurture its soils, to bring forth our crops, to sustain us. We're like, what, 88% water ourselves? So water is very important. So we have to remember the blessing it is, and just remember to tote an umbrella, which she's doing in the picture. The one in the middle is my little chickadees I was telling you about that I made for my friend. I liked it so much I ended up painting one for myself too. And they're just little birdies on a fence. And that one just reminds us of God's care, that if He feeds the birds of the field, and then He's going to take care of us. Not one falls to the earth without His eye, without His knowledge. He's aware of all things. If He's aware of a little bird on a fence, surely He is aware of you and your needs, and you can rest in Him and be anxious for nothing. So, and then this little one is the seashores, and this one reminds me of the very first song, well, second song that the Lord ever gave me, and it was about His love, because His love was everlasting and His love was enduring. And so both of those were constant, like the waves of the sea. And the little song just went, as sure as the waves will crash on the shore, surely my love will endure. So enduring love, you wouldn't think that you'd see that in a painting, but it is. And then if you see down at the bottom, it's got the little footprints, kind of like a remembrance of footprints that He will carry us to the places that we didn't know He was there, but He's there all along. He never leaves us or forsakes us. And then this one down here is Moon River. Again, reflections, and that's what I was meditating on, is just the beauty of reflection, beauty of meditation, beauty of sitting still with something and let it speak to you and sink in and muse over and draw the nutrients from certain truths as they come to you. And then the waterfalls, it talks about that the voice of the Lord is heard on many waters. And so there's maybe different ways in which the Lord will speak to us. All of them for our learning, all of them for our blessing, all of them for our edification. So that's my little paint story this morning. I hope that you enjoyed those, and I will continue to share as I paint. In the meantime, have a great and glorious, love-filled, and victorious day. If you're looking at this and you're inspired and you're like, man, Adrianne, let's get together for a paint day. We can do it through Zoom. We could do it in the neighborhood. I can travel. You can travel. I am totally and always open for that. So that's it for now, my friends. Thank you for being allies of the heart. And thank you for being dear friends, watchers, and lovers. Bye for now.